you don't know if it fit, just design smart solutions, clean.
Hi there. So let's get into using the APIs. Right now, I'm just going to show you in Postman in order for you to get an idea on what's actually returned when you call a specific API. So the first thing within the actual flow within voice flow of the demo project, if you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it and you'll see exactly how this AI agent works. So the first call you're going to make is you're going to want to know what available templates are available on the server. So you would ask for the templates. So if I actually send this API and we go look at the JSON that's returned, you can see that it returns all of the PDFs that are available. Now, these PDFs are actually form PDFs, and they have a specific mandatory and optional fields that are available on it. I'll show you that a little bit more in a few minutes here. So if you want to look at it in a more pretty view, you can just open it up here, and then you can see here's the available templates. So what your first API call, what I do in my template, which you're allowed to use, it's free of source. It'll be on available on my YouTube channel. So basically, the first call I make is I dynamically make a whole bunch of buttons into the chatbot. That allows the user who's actually interfacing with this to see what available templates they are. Now, this is totally dynamic. So what I'm trying to do is because Zapier really frustrated me, and so did Make, because they would have these zaps, and I would not have time to work through the problems. And in 14 days it'd expire, and then I'd have to pay for it, and it just wasn't a good experience. So I decided to make something that's free for you guys to play with, and the whole intention is that sometime this is begin like providing I get enough interest from you guys, I'm going to create this as a MCP service. In other words, you'll have one API call. In that API call, it'll expose all the other APIs, or also known as services, that are available on my server. Now, it's a lot more complicated than that, but to keep it simple for now, I just want to find out how many people are interested in me creating this MCP server. So after you make this call, the next obvious thing that you're going to need to know is, okay, so the user chose, let's say, to have a bill of sale. So now your AI agent needs to know, okay, what fields do I have to populate on this? Because this is all dynamic, nothing's hard coded. So you're going to make another call. So in the next API call, sorry for the bad wording. When you call this one, what's going to happen? So let's just look at the body here. I'll look at the raw JSON, and I'll just send it again to show you it works. So whenever you get this call, you'll see that you have the required fields properties. So all of these, it gives you the name, it gives you the data type, gives you a description to help your AI agent or your agent step to be able to formulate a question that's going to be appropriate for querying who's ever using your chatbot to get the right data out of it. And then it has this flag required, but you don't really need that because it's in the required fields. If you want to utilize that in another way, fine. So let's just go into a preview view and I'll show you the optional ones. And the reason I'm doing it this way is to show you the naming convention. In optional fields, when you create the PDF form, if you put a $ in front of it, that tells the API call that it's optional. So I'll show you a little later about how the PDFs are. I'll open up a PDF. Now you can do this, and I think it's called Open Writer on Unix. I use Adobe because I own the product, but you can use any open source or any PDF document creator that supports you to create forms. Once you create this form and you define all your fields, that's your template. And then basically from that template, you upload it to my server, then you can utilize that dynamically through your process. So once you've got your flow designed in voice flow, whatever documents you load up, you don't have to change your flow. It'll know what the required documents are, it'll give that option to the users, and it'll create the PDF. So then the final, once you got all this stuff, your next part of your flow after you validate everything and you know you got the right one is you're going to make a post. So let's take a look at the post step. In the post step, you're going to have to send the authentication key. And then this is the type of JSON you're going to send to it. So as soon as I would send this, it'll send it and it's going to give me a status that is successful and it's sent the email. Now, just to show you what else you can do is if you're available to actually receive the raw PDF, if you do not provide the email address and send that again, it'll actually return the PDF directly. So right here, I'm filling out a bill of sale. It's creating all the information, and it will stream back to me so I don't have to email it. So that's basically a high-level overview on the way that the API works currently. Again, this is only in beta, but if I don't get enough interest in it, I'm not going to bother pursuing it. So I'm going to give it a couple of weeks. I need you guys to really let me know if you want this because it's going to expand to all kinds of different avenues. I'm going to open it up to emails. I'm going to open it up to actually integrations with calendars and everything else. But I have to start somewhere. And because I have clients right now that, like lawyers and firms like that, that want to be able to create dynamic PDFs like this, I want to be able to offer it to you guys. Again, like if it's for personal use, you can hammer the hell out of it. I won't charge you. Unfortunately, if you do decide to use it commercially, and I do pursue this as an MCP server where you only use the one URL, then there's going to be token charges just like anything else. It'll be small, like 0.001 cent per token, whatever. It'll be cheaper than ChatGPT, and you won't have to pay for those other services like Make or Zapier or the like. So I hope that gives you a basic overview on using the API as it sits, and it's for you to play with. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to find out more, like and subscribe. Also leave comments so that I know how much people are really interested in this. And you can contact me on Discord through VoiceFlow's their channel. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.
We don't know the fifth, it just design. Smart solutions, clean, refined. No wasted steps, no extra weight. Can't tech minds we automate. But keep it simple, make it smart. Let the AI do its part. No confusion, no delay. Just one touch on your way.